This is the one and only Harry Lay. Hey, Harry, how are you?
Just fine, Maria. It's nice to meet you.
Well, it's really interesting. I want to hear about your background because you have such a dynamic background. Can you tell us about that?
I began my career as a certified public accountant. I spent 19 years in the profession. And then in 1988, a small architecture firm in Tulsa hired me to become their president and CFO. And so in about 7 years after that, we had grown that company from 40 people and $4 million in revenue to over 600 employees with $100 million in revenue and gross fees. And so we did that despite the fact this bean counter from Oklahoma didn't know anything about business in 1988, but I knew a lot about auditing and accounting.
Yeah.
But we were very lucky. We got a client named Walmart, and when they first and when they first engaged us, we were one of 32 architecture firms they were using to build their stores. And about 14 months after that, we became their sole provider. So we built every Walmart store, every Sam's Club and Supercenter in the United States from about 1991 through 1997.
That's incredible. So you actually help businesses grow. Is this where you are in your life right now?
Yes, in that experience, we learned a lot of things about business that we didn't know as just an accountant. In fact, we hired lots of consultants to try to help us to grow our business, and they really didn't help us that much. So we made every mistake that any leader can make, but we learned from those mistakes, both of errors of omission as well as commission, and we did really well. And we had several clients in addition to Walmart, and became one of the largest employers there in the state of Oklahoma. It was really a lot of fun. So through that process, I thought, there may be other companies today that would like to grow, or there's something about their business they wish was different, but they don't really know how to do that. So today I help my clients avoid all the mistakes that I made, and it's been a real good living.
Well, that's one of the great things about CEO Space because you're actually a faculty member here as well, and you get to see some really great projects that come through. And I like to bring up James. So you guys are, first of all, I'll let you introduce how you guys came together.
Well, this is James Pham, and we met at a forum here a little less than a year ago. And he has a great idea called Enlight Tea. And he is going to build a number of tea cafes throughout the United States. And if he accomplishes his vision, it will be throughout the world.
So you're sitting on the board, is that right?
I am, yes.
So tell me about your tea, obviously the tea cafe, you're getting ready to go into retail shops. Where did this idea come from?
Well, it was like a few years ago. It's like, I just, like, after my first son was born, I was just like, I have to do something really great with my life. And it's either now or never, because once I start getting into the whole family and kids thing, it's going to be, I thought it was going to be too late then. So I just decided, and, I connected. I went on a little retreat, and with, like, I was in the real estate industry, and then I met with a bunch of all my peers at the time in the real estate, mortgage, and all that. And we just, like, woke up one day from the retreat. The next morning, I'm like, I got to do something great. I started writing all these promissory notes and then giving it out to all the people I knew, my family, friends, everybody, 275 total people. I promised to them that I'm going to be successful. I'm going to succeed at something really great. And with their support and, them holding me accountable, that if I succeed, they're going to succeed.
Wow.
So that's what ever since then, people supported me. I had people that, from different industries come and just kind of like help me like build our model or the idea. And Light Tea came out from that, greatness of people coming to support us. And then, of course, we had all these people that really wanted to support us, but none of us knew what we were supposed to do. We're like, oh, how do you build this great company? And, at the time it was like, well, we want to open up thousands of, cafes throughout the country. And we're like, how do you do that? And then, of course, that's when CEO Space came into my life. And then, once that happened, that was the mechanism. Right now, that was the foundation that really took us to making our dream and our, what we want to wish to do, to becoming actually something that we see as a reality, something that actually could happen. And then that's how I met Harry, because everyone was telling me, because when people ask me, what's your dream, what's your snap, when we say in CEO Space, they're like, and I told them our snap was to build this nationwide chain of tea cafes. They're like, you have to see, everyone's telling us, you have to speak to Harry Lay. They're like, you have to see him, and then because of what he does.
Well, this is what I absolutely love and about CEO Space is the connections, and you get mentors and you get everybody together. So thank you so much. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Harry, for giving
Thank you,
of
Maria.
yourself and taking some time out, and we really appreciate it. Thank you
It's
so
our
much.
pleasure. Thank you.